As we stated in our cover letter, numerical growth is not our primary goal of being a part of this campaign. But wouldn't you agree with me just for a moment that if someone is doing their mission effectively, growth should be a byproduct? All of us have had that moment when we have gone by a restaurant that we used to patronize, and for whatever reason, management changed, or the cook changed, or the staff changed, or whatever, and you haven't been there for a while, and the parking lot used to be filled. And then all of a sudden you start riding by and it's no longer filled. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's going on that the parking lot's not filled? Some of those illustrations will help us in the next several months to realize what we have not been doing and what we need to do more of. It will celebrate our goodness, but also challenge the things that are weak in our congregation. So think about that for a moment. What are some reasons that churches don't grow at least at the same rate as their community? What are some things, as a question asked here for us, what are some things that could be holding Park Lane back from reaching new people? Contrary to some popular opinions, watch this, authenticity still has a lot to do with empty pews and broken hearts. Authenticity still has a lot to do with empty pews and broken hearts. Now, I'm just not one of those kind of people that can take personal criticism and just let it roll off my back. There are some personalities that can. Some folks like, what'd you say? And they keep on walking. I'm not one of those. When someone says something like, you guys are just not authentic at Park Lane, I just can't walk by that. It stops me in my tracks, and where did that come from? And do they have legitimacy to say that? If someone were to say to me, if you guys were more authentic at Park Lane, I might decide to come be part of you. That stops me in my tracks. I just can't keep on walking when I hear things like that. It's not water on my back. It doesn't roll off, it stays. It's not in one ear and out the other with me. I have to pay attention to things like that when someone says, if you guys were just more authentic, if you were real. An evaluation like that from anybody makes me wonder how many people who profess Christ as Lord in our congregation have a huge gap between what they believe and who they really are. I mean, how many people that call Park Lane their team suffer from an identity crisis? Meaning you believe it, or you say you do, but you don't live it. That is inauthenticity. It's not authentic. It's what you do from 10:30 to 12:30 on Sunday, but it's not what you do all the rest of the time of the week. So one of the chief values of the current unchurched generation is authenticity. I find that unique. The current generation of millennials have grown up in a godless culture, watch this, of fake news, distrust, and abandonment. And those are all elements that make them weary and wary of what James said. There are some fountains that pour forth both bitter and sweet water at the same time. James said, brother, these things ought not to be.